the way you, Papa, you know Papa, what you used to fan charcoal. You've seen it before.
Right.
When you fan it, then the charcoal goes bright red.
This is a call for accountability.
You fan government's charcoal to it's bright red.
It's a call for accountability.
I enjoy it.
Johnny, first and foremost, let me take this opportunity because I've been seeing you for quite some time. You are doing very good job for the mother Ghana. Remain undaunted.
This our society,
Correct.
and it will take me and you. That's why I always watch Johnny's Bite.
The general watches Johnny's Bite
every day.
Thank you very much.
And it's devoid of insults, but straight to the point, factual and fearless.
Charlie, no be joke. The pressure people like Johnny can give you.
No.
You know, get gray hair, you will get gray hair.
I'm innocent.
And that's what I'm saying. That the pressure Johnny and his people, the pressure they can give you, get gray hair, you go get. So your best bet is not to have hair.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You will anoint my head with oil. My cup will overflow. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. This morning I come to you because I'm sure you know what has broken the eight. The latest is the fuel. I told you sometime at the beginning of the year that there are two things that are racing to break the eight. The CD against the dollar and the fuel prices. We are not yet done with the first quarter. We have broken the eight with the fuel. And the cost of transportation has gone up by 15% just before the salary alert. Fuel price has danced another Kpan logo. We're doing beyond the eight or breaking the eight. And I told you, my friends in government, I told you, those in authority, I told you that you don't break the eight with your mouth. I told you. Your budget for the month, our budget, your personal budget for the month, has it also broken the eight or is stagnated? The fuel has broken the eight. And it looks like it's a week-on-week affair. Yes, Russia and Ukraine are there. We'll blame everything on them. That's a good point to make. But I've told you that there are three components always of our fuel price buildup. Your exchange rate, your currency, the strength of it, and the state of our currency. It is the worst on the continent. And it is under the watch of our economic team. Fantastic. I'll show you a post I did in 2017. There's pressure that is mounting on our city. So there are three components. There's a global price. Yes, that's true. There's also the exchange rate. Yes, that's true. And then there are local taxes that we impose on the fuel, which often is not spoken about. So if you buy a fuel, there's a COVID tax, there's national health, there are all manner of taxes that are on it. So these are the three components that make up your petrol price buildup. So when you see 8 cedis, 20-something pesos on your board, it is not just the global prices. Tell the children the truth. Tell them how your own taxes are also increasing the prices of fuel. And tell them where the price stabilization levy, recovery levy, which is supposed to be an arrangement where global prices are high, we use what we have accrued while the global prices were low to be able to cushion the people. Transport fares are up by 15%. Salary remains the same. And even talking about salaries, some people have not been paid their salaries. And I keep telling us that, look, we need to be very, very careful in this country. Because not so long ago, when President Akufo-Addo was looking for power, with Vice President Bawumia and all the other people who were helping with the campaign, they did fuel politics. They knew about the global prices. They did fuel politics. One question that I want to ask, but I'll play first for you the video of President Akufo-Addo while he was in opposition, telling us what he will do when he gets to power. But before that, so we projected to sell our fuel at what, $60 per barrel. Is that not the case? Because Ghana is a net exporter of fuel, crude oil. Our problem is that we have refused, for whatever reason, to do our own refinery to the best of our ability to be able to refine everything that we need here so that it could be cheaper for us. So you will find a situation where we are a net exporter of crude, but when we go and buy, because we buy a lot of finished products, we have had to pay for more. No wahala. The people are complaining. The taxi drivers that Dr. Baumia spoke about at the trade fair, they are crying. The Uber and Bolt drivers are crying. Private vehicle owners are crying. Market women are crying. Everybody is crying. The vice president is here to speak. He's the head of economic management, whether you like it or not. So why is the vice president not speaking? Where is Dr. Baumia? Like we asked last week, where is Adjo Asafo? Where is Dr. Baumia? And you see, yes, there's a global price increase, but we projected that we're going to sell our oil $60 per barrel. So when the global price increases to over $100 per barrel, there is a windfall that we also benefit from. Have you thought about that? We said we're going to sell it for $60 a barrel. Then for whatever reason on the global front, it goes for $100 and more per barrel. So we are also selling like everybody else. Where is the windfall? The unexpected money. Where is it? That's the first one. Number two, let's look at a net on net impact. You are asking people to pay e-levy, everything. Let's assume we want to pay everything you're asking us to pay. When we sell our fuel on the global market and suddenly there's a windfall, are you comfortable and realistic enough to account for that windfall? That's the question I want the energy minister, the finance minister, and the vice president and the president to be answering. And that's why it's important for the president not to postpone the State of the Nation address as was announced in Parliament last week, but to tell us when he's going to address the nation. Because town make hot, town make hard. And it is not about you quoting figures and telling us that, oh, things are better, even COVIDly speaking, and COVID hit. You are not the only country that COVID hit. Check how much we borrowed in the name of COVID. So while you are telling us that COVID hit you, you should be able to account decently to us what you spent on behalf of COVID. Play President Akufo-Addo's video for me.
Petrol so also an petrol and the Baba Yamaso, if the Bama Yafo, there's one brass of grad and Yafo there one, and then only cake once in the year. Cake once in the year. The Bia Wire Day. I mean, Yafo to me to be. One of my answers says she said, power in the battle, so called better than she said, and discovered by a good woman. Free Chebby. Chebby on a who's give ya. Nobody's animal who's give ya.
Sikano Wehumbi. Have you seen some of the money? I tell you who has seen some of the money. Last week, the chairman of the Defense and Security Committee in Parliament and also MP for Asin Central, Honorable Kennedy Ejapong, he spoke widely, loudly, sometimes footnoting it with insults. And you see the interesting thing, the things that he said which members of the New Patriotic Party and the ruling government are quiet about and perhaps afraid to speak about are things that I've said here, devoid of the insults. The truth I told you is one. The things that he spoke about, which everybody now is talking about, and people cannot even criticize and say, look, why did you do A, B, C, and D, are the things that I've been speaking about here without insults since October. Maybe before that, since 2017. The truth is one. I told you they know the truth. They don't want us to be the ones telling the truth. But we didn't start today. My journalism career transcends the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. It transcends that of John Mahama. It transcends that of John Mills. So I will speak. It transcends one half of President Kufuor's tenure. So I will speak. I've covered all of them in elections before. Now, last week he told us, we are looking for where the money is. I told you that if we anticipated that we're going to sell a fuel for $60 a barrel and there's a windfall of the global market for whatever reason, and we have $100 or more per barrel, somebody should be telling us where the $40 and more is going. That's the first one. So we are looking for the money. They say we can't find money to pay salaries. We are showing them where to find the money. Number two, Mr. Kennedy Japan said that there was $120,000 that was given to him by no less a person than the chief of staff to take to another cabinet minister and member of parliament. Have we swept it under the carpet? $120,000. Do you know how many national service people can be paid 559 Ghana cedis per month, or 120,000 cedis? Do you know? Because the NSS guys have written a letter. Pull that letter up for me. They have written a letter suggesting that they have not been paid for 2 months. 559 Ghana cedis. In this tight economy, they have not been paid 2 months. That's their letter. 2 months. But we have 120,000 to give to another MP who openly confesses on TV that I was giving money to go and give to another to do what exactly we don't know. What is the source of the money we don't know, but we know it's coming from the office of the chief of staff. So chief of staff has so much money that we can afford 120,000. Beyond that, we spent money to charter a private jet, like a broke economy there, private jet for Hobeng. We chartered a private flight. How much we spent, nobody has told us. But we say we don't have money, and that if we don't pass a certain e-levy, we will never get money. IGP Dampari is quiet. Kisia Jabin Special Prosecutor is quiet. Ghana Integrity Initiative is quiet. Christian Council is quiet. National Peace Council is quiet. Be aglow, you're quiet. 120,000 plus free flight, private jet. I say the things that are being said now, I said before. So we can't question, for example, the police CID can, for example, invite Mr. Japan and say, oh, this is what you have said. What is the truth to it? Were you just blowing hot air, or there's no truth? What really? I mean, it's a very simple matter. It's a very, very simple matter. But rather, pressure is mounting on the Speaker of Parliament on the ways that Ghana could have the e-levy passed. Yesterday, I understand that Dr. Ibn Chambers and some elders of this country went to the Speaker. Right when they were leaving, the majority leader also went there. Respectfully, I want these senior state citizens to be asking the questions and to be asking where those monies that we're talking about came from. That's the second one. The third one. President Akufo-Addo stood in public and told all of us that as a country, we lost 5.3 billion cedis of our resources through the state-owned enterprises. They are declaring losses. Some of the state-owned enterprise bosses earn more than the president. Now, if you go to work and you declare losses, but you still get the full perks of your service, you get a driver, you get a cleaner, you get a garden boy, you get a cook, you get a watchman, you get a bodyguard, you get your V8, you get your fuel, you get your big fat salary, and you keep declaring losses. What kind of a downward country is that? Are we okay? The person is declaring losses. you are not cutting the salaries of those individuals to suggest that, look, if you don't do well to give us profit, we will not give you what you were taking before. But the person is still enjoying everything. You're asking us to tighten our belt. What are the people at the top sacrificing? So the NAPCO beneficiaries this morning will see eye to eye with you and say, if I said a NAPCO beneficiary 200 cedis, they will allow you to deduct e-levy, or they will be happy if you do so. What will make the national service person see eye to eye with you, to agree with you that when they are 559 is paid to them, hopefully, and they send some to their mothers in the village, that deduction that will happen will not be a pain to their hearts? That is the question I'm asking. My last one. Yesterday, the president for the second time joined Mr. John Abdullahi Samuel Jinapo, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. And we said we're going to plant 20 million trees this year. Guess where we did the launch? Like we did for the boiler launch at the State Banquet Hall, we are planting trees and we are doing it in an air-conditioned room at the conference center. Oh. Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. I asked last week, I said, you told us that you spent 12 million cedis, 12 million cedis of our money to buy 7 million seedlings. And you planted 5 million seedlings last year, 11 June, Green Ghana Day. Before that, I had known somebody here and interviewed him who had come to me to say we're going to have a National Tree Planting Day on the 1st of July. That was before we decided to abolish 1st of July, the Republic Day, as a holiday. So yes, we had a Green Ghana Day, 11th of June. Now, 12 million cedis to plant the trees. Would it not have been prudent as a lawyer who has done company law, investment law, whatever law, that you audit whatever spend you have done before you go ahead to do another investment? But no, we are doing it like we did for year of return. We don't account. Then we go for beyond the return. We do AFREMA. We don't account. Everything is just like that. So last year we spent 12 million to plant trees. We have not properly accounted for the trees. And the president said he has been told that some of the trees are doing very well. But the president cannot tell us that, oh, as this percentage of the trees are doing well. But we said this year, we are moving from 5 million to 20 million. Do you know what that means? We are going to be spending more monies to buy more seedlings to plant, and we will not be getting value for money as promised on the 7th of January 2017. So, Mr. President, my humble plea to you is, one, and I'm wrapping up, one, please look into the matter where Mr. Kennedy Japan said he was asked to send 120,000 to somebody. He said it into all our ears. Look into the matter also, Mr. President, of the private jet that was used to bring in the MPs. Look into the matter of state-owned enterprises declaring losses and yet getting paid their full pegs. Look into the matter of the trees that we planted with 12 million and we have not audited, save they told you that the trees are doing well. Mr. President, we are looking for value for money. And while all of this is going on, we projected to sell our fuel at $60 per barrel or so. There's a windfall on the global market. The net on net impact, where is it? Those are the questions I'm asking. These should inform what should give you the State of the Nation address, the message of the State of the Nation address, Article 67. And you are enjoined by the Constitution, Bosu, that at the beginning of the session,